What up? What up? What up? What up? What up, motherfuckers? What's happening with y'all out there, man? I know it ain't Saturday night. I know it's not Saturday night. It's Sunday night, so we're gonna switch up and do something a little bit different. We're gonna do something a little bit different. My nigga hit me up yesterday. He sends me this list, and to me, I look at the list and I say, "This is some bullshit. The fuck is this?" So I said, let me gather some of the most collective minds I know. Some of them know music, some of them don't. And we're going to talk about this shit. So, first off, you know, darkness had to be in the building.
I mean, you can't talk about disc records without me, nigga.
I'm not sure what that meant, but okay. I'm not exactly sure what that meant, but okay.
Hey, it's Mr. Hip Hop himself. That's what that meant.
Roger the fuck that. So we got another nigga in the building tonight, and I don't know. Man. This nigga stole a Ray J CD.
Oh shit.
So I'm never gonna let him let this shit down.
I don't know if we want his opinion on hip hop right now.
My bad. He stole a Ray J CD and a Nelly CD at the same time, and almost went to jail for this shit.
And then this nigga done stole R. Kelly's middle school nickname.
That used to be my rap name, man. You know how this go.
FTRG.
Yeah. I had a whole album I had put together. It was gonna be fire too. I was like 13. I said, yeah, this gonna kill him.
Yo.
Luckily, I had homies that was like, I had homies that was like, nah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
But
good homies, them good friends.
I'm in the lab, man. I'm working on my album. That's the name of my album. Coming soon.
You meant not coming at all, folks.
2026.
Nah,
Freaky
man.
Thug Romantic
Drop
Gentleman,
that
man.
joint in 3027.
Hey, February 30th.
Exactly. So let me ask y'all a
hate in the
question,
room.
man.
Talk
Let me ask
about
y'all a
it.
question. When y'all think of diss tracks, what do y'all think about? Like, what makes a great diss track to y'all?
I don't know, man. The narrative on what a good diss track is has changed.
It
Cause
definitely
now
has. I agree.
it used to be, man, you buried your motherfucking opponent. Now you outbarred them. You told some facts that got motherfuckers thinking, and you backed it up, type shit. Now we living in the era of whoever gossiped
Key
the most
sessions.
or whoever got the most dirt, whoever, is the winner. And I'm just like, yeah, it's not really a battle no more.
No.
Yeah.
When I think of diss records, I think of like Hit 'Em Up, Who Shot You, No Vaseline, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That is a combo. It's a combo of bars. It's a combo of truth. It's a combo of things that make you be like, damn, like it's a roast session, but it's true shit.
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I still don't look at No Vaseline the way everybody
as a
else do.
diss
That's
record,
just me. I mean, it's a diss record, but I mean, the nigga just talked about niggas fucking each other the whole for 4 minutes. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
in that time, it was clever.
It was
You know what I'm saying?
it was
In
also
that time,
it was also a metaphor for Jerry Heller fucking and easy
yeah,
fucking shit out of all of them financially.
yeah, yeah. So in a sense, it was fire.
Yeah.
But the thing about Hit 'Em Up, and I still say this shit. And I got a lot of flack for this shit, man. But Tupac and Biggie had to be the leaders of two of the worst rap crews ever when it came to dissing. Like, I just felt like a lot of these songs should have just been one on one. They should have just
I'm be honest with you. I
even.
felt like the Outlaws was way better than fucking Junior Mafia. So I kind of
100.
get what you're saying.
I thought both of them niggas was trash. The
Outside of
Outlaws
those
and
two.
Junior Mafia
I
was
mean, it was
trash.
the Outlaws. I mean, it was a couple niggas in the Outlaws that had bars. I don't know, guys. I don't
Not on
know.
that record. Not on them records. Like at the Pac, I was just like, yeah, we cool on this shit. What the fuck is y'all talking about? So that's another thing about a diss record, bro. We gotta know what the fuck you talking about.
Yeah.
I don't. I just need to hear crazy bars.
Yeah, but
That's
it's a
it.
diss record.
Yeah, but I don't care about the T. I think that's what it is for me.
The
Like,
thing,
and even if you giving T, make it sound witty, make it sound clever, make it hot. Don't just be like, oh, I know who fucked your baby mom, and I know,
nah, man. When you tell a
you
nigga,
know what I mean?
when
Like,
you tell a nigga that I left the condoms in your baby seat, like that's the type of shit that'll make a nigga think like, oh shit, do tell.
See,
Else. You know what I'm saying? That type of tea, as y'all call it, I can deal with because he might have some actual proof behind that shit. But and you know, I'm like the biggest Drake fan, but to say some shit like, "Oh, you got a
this
kid
nigga
that we
said
didn't
the
know
biggest
about."
Drake fan. I introduced you saying you stole a Reggie album, and you turn around and say I'm the biggest Drake fan.
I
So we
mean, when you
got you
turn
here
around
talking
and
about
say,
this
"Oh,
stuff.
nigga, you got a kid that we never knew about," we don't give a fuck.
Not at
That's
all.
that's that's not
see,
that's not
here's,
what we here for. We don't care.
here's what makes a good diss record for me.
Mm,
One, the bars have to be fire in the sense of even if this wasn't a diss record, this shit would still be barred up. But
Facts.
two,
yeah.
there has to be an element of competition of like I'm dissing you for whatever reason, but I'm essentially we beefing because I think I'm better than you in some aspect. Whether it's I got more money, I'm a
Mm,
better rapper, I get more
mm.
hoes. This supposed to be my song on my album, whatever the case is. When y'all beefing, there's an element of competition
We
about
whooped your ass in the mall.
yeah. And then when it come to like taking jabs and shit, it's like sometimes it's subtle shit where you like really gotta be in the know. And then if you hear something, you
Yeah,
might not quite get it at first, but then you go do your research, like, oh fuck, that's what he was talking about. But also a mixture
yeah.
of obvious shit just said in subtle ways. Like, and then like it's traditional battle rap. You gotta do some name calling. Fuck. Jay-Z called Nas the rap version of TD Jakes. Like
Hmm.
the shit was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Nas don't look like TD Jakes, but it's just like nigga, he said you out here preaching, he roasting a little bit. So it's like
Got
all
one
these
hot
different,
album every 10-year
yeah,
average. Like that type
yeah,
of shit make a nigga think like,
But see, that's the thing. Even if he wasn't dissing Nas, that still would have been a hot bar.
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
So to me, that's what make a classic diss record. Like if I could listen to it just to listen to it,
yeah. Now I'm
because
gonna tell
most
you,
let's keep it a bean. Most diss records, niggas ain't listening to them shits. You listen to it, it's like oh, and then you never listen to it again.
nah, but see when we had beeps going on back in the day, niggas was listening because I was ready to hear what the fuck KRS-One had to say back. I was
Yeah.
ready
Mm-hmm.
to hear what Bone Thug and Harmony had to say back. So we was listening. Nowadays, they like, oh, they don't play that shit at the club or nigga, this song ain't popping
But
for whatever
see,
reason. They don't
but
give a fuck
see,
about
niggas
what it said.
niggas have now gotten into where if I can out bop you as far as the beat, as far as a clever ass hook, like not like us, for example. The beat crazy. The hook is crazy. The fucking metaphor and the bars and all that shit is crazy. So now niggas have adapted that formula. Like, cool. I probably can't outbar you. I probably can't outwit you. But if I can get a dope ass beat, a raw ass hook, I got a chance. I
Yeah.
That
got
don't
a
make it a
chance.
hot diss track. I don't give a fuck about your hook on a diss track. You could give me a diss track with no hooks. I'm good.
Unless the hook was a diss.
Yeah,
Like,
That's it.
because I ain't gonna lie. In this Kendrick and Drake battle, I was just like, yeah,
yeah,
y'all ain't y'all at that point up until Not Like Us dropped. I was like, yeah, this shit over with.
Yeah.
This shit done. And then when
I'm gonna be
Not
honest
Like
with
Us
you.
drop,
After the first 2 songs, I was done because I already seen this about to be a whole tea session.
Yeah.
It wasn't
yeah.
about to be about the bars. It was about how much tea can I go pay for so I could put it in a song.
But on the other
But
side of
ain't but ain't that what a diss is though? It's the same thing in battle rap. How much dirt
So, so
can we
here's the
get on
thing,
you?
man.
what's the
Here's the
difference
thing. I
between
think
dirt and tea though?
here's what so I could recall and I could remember as a youngin', right? When you battled motherfuckers, you ain't even know the nigga. You
Mm,
showed up. Who got
mm,
better bars? Who can
yeah,
rap better? If you
yeah,
talked about the nigga, you talked about what you saw right here, or you might have
yeah.
seen some shit yesterday, or heard some shit, or you might have grew up with the nigga, some shit like that. But it wasn't like, all right, I got 6 months. Let me go interview 18 motherfuckers that he know. Let me go find his baby mom. You know what I mean?
Uh,
I'm gonna fuck his baby
There
mom.
was okay,
I'm
but
gonna pay his
see,
baby mom to let me fuck her, and I'm gonna give her a little bit of extra to
there
tell me
was
some
no
dirt on him.
internet back in the day.
Yeah, you're right.
See, now information is power now, because now when you do your research, you pulling up shit off of TikTok. You pulling
mhm.
up shit off of Twitter. You pulling off shit off of Google. You now
But that's
have
but just
ammo
because
shit
you
that you
do,
didn't know about this person. You
but you
now
telling me
have
doing all that
another
is what make the
tool
song hot. So having tea is
that
what
you
make
can
the
pull
song
it
hot.
up. Like, oh yeah, his baby mama got jumped in the club, or his baby
Do
mama got
you?
a train
So let me
ran
ask
on
you
her.
this:
Blah blah
when
blah,
they say
shit
that
like
shit,
that.
do you
Like
go
information
research?
is power.
Do you
So
go
I ain't gonna
research
never
that
knock a
shit?
nigga for going to look for good information to win
When
a
niggas
battle,
drop
because
all
that's what
that
it's
tea,
about. This is a
when
battle.
niggas drop all
You
that
know,
tea, do
the
you
the
go
standards
research
have
it?
changed in 2024, 2025 than it was in
When
1986, 87,
smash,
when
when niggas
Busy
drop
B and
all
all them
that tea,
motherfuckers was doing it.
Yeah.
It was, it has changed. They
mm-hmm.
nowadays you had to go off what you see because that's all you had
So
in them
smash,
days.
listen to
Now
me.
you got the internet. Now you got homies that's beefing. Okay, you beefing with this nigga. Let me pull up with this nigga and hook up with your op, and he gonna give me all the dirt because he might can't rap, but he gonna tell me everything that I need to know that I can use in a rap. Cause niggas fall out with they niggas all the time. All right, cool.
So
I got 200. I
wait,
got two hundred
time out, ref.
thousand for you.
Time out,
Yeah.
time out, ref. Time out, ref. So you basically telling me you cool with listening to pillow talk for a
Nah.
whole hour?
Okay, so look, right? I'm saying the standards have changed. In the 80s and the 90s, you went off what you know because maybe you grew up with this motherfucker and y'all fell out. Y'all know each other. So y'all know each other's ins and outs. Cool. Nowadays, it ain't like that. I don't have to know you to dish you. Bro, for example, me and you, we got so much shit on the internet, we don't have to necessarily know each other in person to go at each other
Mm-hmm.
because we got so much shit on the net, and all it take is Raw's worst moments. Some fucked up shit Raw said, fucked up shit Smash said, and we can pull it up and start writing just off of that shit.
So
Or
does the tea outweigh the bars for you?
I think it's a mixture of both. I'm not a gossip ass. I hate gossip, bro. Like if you got some real true shit, yeah, we jumped your
It's
ass
still
outside.
gossip,
We jumped
regardless
some.
if
We
it's real
jumped your
or
ass.
true or not. It's still
Nah,
gossip.
because if we jumped your ass outside the club and we got actual video footage, but you gotta make it a clever, witty bar. You can't just say, "Yeah, we whooped your ass outside the club." If you can mix that and turn that into some clever, I'm intrigued.
But
But
see,
But if
niggas
we
here's the
ain't
get on
doing
thing.
here
that.
and say,
They ain't turning it into something clever. They just saying we beat you up.
yeah,
Here-
see,
Here's the difference between a diss record and a battle,
mm,
and this new generation versus real MCs. Because you got to remember, we ain't got that many real MCs.
facts.
The realest MC out there in the game didn't want no smoke. He put out his diss track and retracted that motherfucker because of the way that shit ends up.
He
Right?
knew that shit. He knew what was
Yeah.
coming.
So
I'm not even
a
mad
battle,
at Cole. He knew what was coming.
Yeah, a battle rap, like they gonna do all that research and find out shit, but they also gonna be witty, right? They gonna find out some
Mm,
dirt on you, but it's taking them niggas 6 months because it's an art to creating a
yep.
diss that is personal, but it's not gonna get you killed, right? There be some out of pocket shit said in them battle raps, but it's
Mm-hmm.
never anything that's like I'm gonna shoot this nigga when we get outside. But these rap niggas in these
I don't know
beefs,
about that. It's a couple times I heard
Nah,
some shit where it was like,
them
this nigga
niggas,
need to be punched in his shit.
them niggas sign contracts.
Yeah.
Any physicality, you ain't getting paid.
yeah,
So fuck all that. You just gotta sit here and take that shit. And I'll be like, whoa, this
yeah.
yeah, we gonna have to fuck this money, bro, at this point, cause niggas be getting out of pocket.
But then
Facts.
So
these rap niggas,
talking about we gonna fuck your kids and get your kids and we gonna kidnap, yeah, all that shit be doing a little bit too much for me and be like, yeah, I'm cool, bro.
but
Keep the money.
it was niggas like what's his face that was battling LL talking about doing
Cannabis.
yeah, he's talking about eating kids and shit. Like, so niggas been
Yeah.
on some weird shit like that. But when you have a beef with somebody, it's personal. And these niggas ain't beefing today because they don't know each other. They just somebody said something in an interview about somebody. Now they beefing. Nigga, you don't know
It,
each other. You
I think
can't
a lot
beef.
of that shit be hyped up too. Cause like I just
it,
seen some shit earlier today. Apparently, Styles went on a some podcast and they was talking about how they felt like Jim Jones had a better catalog than him, and he was like, "Yo, like we're not in the same category, so
yeah,
why would y'all
yeah,
even debate us too?" And they like,
yeah.
"Nah, because you know his bars is this, his bars is that." So basically, they was trying to bait him into
They not the
saying
same
Jim
artist.
Jones. They basically was trying to bait him into say Jim Jones was trash, so Jim Jones could do a song. A lot of this shit just be
Yeah.
bait, just
Yep.
be clickbaity
Not
And
bullshit.
see.
these motherfuckers, they fall for it because all this is like the clout they chasing and the image
Yep.
they trying to uphold. And this, nigga can't say something about Easy the General. Nigga can't call me a bitch ass nigga. I'm gonna have to step if that nigga. I'm like, call me whatever the fuck you want, but stay your ass over there if you ain't trying to do nothing about it. If we really got
So
smoke,
so
then nigga, it's smoke. And smoke for me is from some personal shit. I'm not gonna necessarily
yeah.
make a diss record on somebody that I got personal issues with, even if it's another rapper. But at the same time, like, and I've done this. I take some shit that I hear or see a rapper do that I don't like, and I diss their ass
Yeah.
because it's about the music right now. I'm dissing you because of what you did in the music. If we got issues in the streets, we gonna settle that shit.
We're not doing no
Off the
music.
record. Hell no.
But see, here's the thing too though. The objective in a diss battle is to get the crowd on your side. Think about Ja Rule and 50. We was fucking with Ja. Ja had a run that was unlike too many artists. Ja
Right.
was all over. He had a run. I don't give a fuck what they say about Ja now. Ja
That's a
Rule had
fact.
a run in hip hop history.
Niggas
50
definitely need to
come in
put
the
some respect
game.
on board name.
50 come in the game. We completely hated Ja.
No, no,
we
don't say
completely
we.
che-
Don't
we
say
the
we, because
culture.
nigga, I can still listen to Vinny Vetti Vici to this day.
I can too. But what I'm saying is
Collectively.
89, 90% of the world collectively said fuck Ja Rule. Straight up. Like,
Niggas niggas really went from trying to sing raspy voice karaoke
mm,
to being like fuck Ja Rule.
I think it was
yeah.
that. It was bandwagon shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
50
it
was the
wasn't
new
even
hotness.
bandwagon because 50 really put belt to ass. Like, it
50 was
wasn't,
the new hotness. So motherfuckers felt like they had to ride for him.
yeah. We 50 G Unit was a fucking movement. So it was like
But was it really?
2000,
But
2001
was
up
it
to like
really? I mean, did they really have
2005, there
did
was a
they
run.
really have that many songs that motherfuckers really saying that they was a movement? They
They
really
had the
didn't have that
sneakers, they
many
had the
songs.
clothes, they had the,
I would say if
they
you
was a
Niggas
say
fucking
wasn't
move.
rocking no fucking G Unit clothes like that. Stop playing, son.
shit, y'all Philly
Man,
niggas was
man,
loving the
stop
motherfucking
it.
G Unit.
Definitely
Don't
was
do
not.
that. Don't try to
You might have seen
discredit. G
No,
Unit
he had
wrong now,
the
man.
low top joints niggas ain't really fuck with. He had one pair of high top. They was called like black tops or something like that. Couple niggas might have got them, but niggas wasn't rocking G Unit shit like that.
Nigga,
Stop.
look, I'm gonna say this because I went to school with a lot of Philly niggas, and a lot of them niggas was rocking G Unit
Where
shit.
was they at?
And I'm from
They was
Chicago.
in,
No,
And
they
a
wait,
was
wait, wait,
lot of
wait,
them
wait, wait,
niggas.
wait, 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 wait,
hold
wait,
on.
wait. Where was they at?
They was in Virginia, but they still was from Philly.
So
Niggas,
wait,
these
wait.
college,
Hold
we
on,
talking
hold on,
college
hold on,
kids.
hold on. I got a homie right now down here in Texas, right? Nigga from New York, right? The way this nigga dressed, I actually one day I said, yo, bro. I said, would you wear that shit back home? He fuck no, bro. I would never take no. He said, when I go home, I just buy clothes when I get home. I'm not everything that I wear down here in Texas, I'm never taking that shit home. Niggas go to different places and they feel like they can get away with shit. Niggas wouldn't have came back home rocking that
Niggas
shit,
in
son.
Chicago was with the G Unit effect. I'm gonna tell you,
That's y'all niggas is weird
50,
out there though. So it is what it is.
50 Impact was heavy. But back to the topic at hand. We completely said fuck Ja Rule. I was one of the niggas. Nah, I'm cool. I ain't listening to that Ja Rule shit until the nigga 50 turned around and started doing the same shit that he did Ja Rule for that actually was working for Ja Rule. Ja Rule made his whole career off this singing, rapping shit. And all it took was
But he
one
actually,
nigga.
everybody keeps saying that, but he really didn't.
Ja
And
Rule could
that's
rap.
how I know. That's how I know most motherfuckers never actually listen to Ja albums. Because everybody keeps saying, oh, all he did was the singy rap shit. When he didn't. That
Nah,
was
Ja
the
Rule
radio
could
shit.
rap.
Yeah.
Listen though,
Yes.
He could
listen,
rap. Ja Rule could
listen.
actually rap. But it took
Fred,
one nigga to come in and convince us, nah, this shit ain't it.
yeah,
We
Bandwagon
ain't, we
Fred
shit.
ain't with this
Flintstone,
shit.
Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble can coexist, right? They can
Mm.
be next door neighbors, but you can't get another Fred Flintstone unless you move Fred out. Wilma can't get
Mm.
married again unless Fred move out. So 50's whole play was, I can't do this shit that I want to do because this nigga's in the way. So I got to move him out the house so I can move in. That was 50's whole play from the
And
jump.
they had real beef. Like
Yeah.
they had real street beef
But did they
that went
really?
into the
But
music.
their street beef was a result of music shit though. It was
Yeah.
like business shit and it moved to the streets. And like for me, that's the difference in terms of like if you know somebody personally and you got beef with them,
Mhm.
not putting it on the record. But
Yeah.
if like for me, like the music ain't gonna get to the streets. Like if I'm dissing you back and forth and it get to a point where like niggas start showing up to the studio that fuck with you and drawing guns on me and shit, we gonna have to sit down somewhere in the office and squash this shit because it ain't worth neither
And
one of
see,
us dying over words.
yeah, I'm from a different city, man. I'm from a different city. I'm from Chicago. That we took this into a whole nother level because it was like, you diss me, you about to die. It ain't
Yeah,
even,
It wasn't just y'all. It was a lot of motherfuckers that was doing
sure.
that shit. It's just becoming
yeah,
more
but
relevant. It's just becoming more
yeah.
relevant now because the internet. So motherfuckers is showing the shit and want to be the first person to talk about how this nigga got shot because of this song and all of that type of shit. Like, I don't know. I
Now,
feel
now
like this
In Chicago, like we used to have a bunch of drill rappers, and I think
that was
I just
trash.
seen some I, trash or not, they had a movement, and I
That
agree with
still
you. A
was
lot of them
trash.
niggas was trash. A lot of them niggas was trash. But I just seen a show that Chief Keef had did, and Chief Keef had all the up and coming rappers. He had everybody on this stage, and I did some research. 89% of them niggas is dead now. I said that
Mhm.
shit is nuts. And
But
it comes
here's
from results of dissing, trying to turn street shit, and niggas not being able to leave street shit, street shit.
yep,
I
Facts.
shot you, so now I'm finna get on the record and let the world know I shot
yep,
you. So now the whole world finna know that I shot you, and now the world finna think I'm a bitch. So now I gotta stand up and defend that shit. And now we
yep,
gotta come see you type shit. We had a dude, his name was Lil Jojo. Instead of him beefing with Lil Durk, he decided he wanted to beef with a whole entire gang. He didn't just say he was a Lil Durk killer. He said he was this whole gang's killer. So naturally, you just put an even bigger target on your back. See, a lot of people
mhm,
don't know how to just keep it with that person.
yeah,
It's
And see,
witty
that's
at
why
first,
That's one of the main reasons I respect diss records, battle rap, and all that from back in the day. Because it
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
about the bars. It wasn't about let's get all extra personal. No, it was let's see who got better bars. You see, I'm a better barsmith than you. I won. We leave it at that. Now it's like, oh, let me give as much tea as possible so one of us could shoot each other afterwards.
Yeah. I'm gonna say
yeah.
this though, when we talk about the T, Drake's last great diss record was formatted like a diss record should be. Back to Back was a great fucking diss record.
Classic,
Mhm. Yes.
And
classic. Yep.
he's
But you can also listen to back like a song.
yeah. And the shit that he said was funny, it was witty, but it was also had some truth behind it. Like the is
Mhm.
that a world tour, your girls tour shit. It
And you
was
can
like
play that shit on the radio.
Meek on tour with Nicki. So
Mm,
it's like, yeah, nigga, like it was witty, it was funny, but we all know like Meek could have been on his own tour, but he decided to go on tour with Nicki, who's a bigger artist.
Couldn't he have went on his own tour though, my
It wouldn't
nigga?
have been big, but he
Would
could
we
have.
Oh, okay.
would we have really paid attention to it like we did with Nicki? Probably not. But he could have.
No,
Exactly.
but you know,
What do
shit
you
like
went to all the hood bars?
You was playing back to back in the clubs. You was
yeah.
playing black to black in stores in your car. Like it wasn't
It was
just a
like they
normal
doing with Not
diss
Like Us.
record.
It was like
Yeah,
the shit they
yeah,
doing right now with Not Like Us, but they pushing that shit because they want to create a narrative. Because right
Mhm.
now the throne has been occupied for too long, and so the labels are like, we got to move Drake. We got to move
yeah,
Drake. It ain't
yeah.
Kendrick not gonna be the next king.
No,
Kendrick moving Drake out the way so the industry could crown their next king. It's not gonna be Kendrick.
I can see that.
Yeah.
So let me ask y'all
And
this. No particular order. No particular
mhm.
order. Smash. What would you say would be your top 5 diss tracks of all time?
All right. Well, I know "Hit 'Em Up" is one
Mm-hmm.
for sure. Not number one, but it's one of the songs. I'm gonna go with Ether. Ether is on that list too.
Okay.
The Takeover is on that list.
I see you going the
Back
easy
to
route. Keep going.
back to back is on that list. And for the fifth one, hold on, because I had a list earlier. Because you told me to come with a list. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh, yeah, it's. I got Family Matters on that list too. That would be my five.
Really?
That would be my five.
You like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
like T.
Family Matters was a different kind of record for me.
Low key, you
But
like T. I see it.
huh?
Low key, you like them T songs. You be eating
I
crumpets
mean,
when you listen to them damn songs, don't you?
he said crumpets.
'Cause
But
I can see it.
being that I'm from Chicago, I see the bitch in you was my shit too, though. So yeah,
Okay.
I'm
I think that's
I'm
definitely a
more
very
into
underrated. That's a very underrated diss track,
yeah,
but a lot of people sleep on
yeah.
Common, so it is what it is.
I think, like I said, the reason I picked them songs is because, like I said, impact is big to me. And if you can sit back and make me give you the mean screw face after, you know what I'm saying, for me, hit 'em up. Like I said, a lot of them niggas sucked. But it's like once they got on that record, they had to step their shit up.
Yeah,
You
that
know what I'm
nigga was
saying? In a certain sense.
he was from
Because it's like, all
NEW.
right, we got this. But then it's like Ether to me was one of them. It was very constructed. It was a joke. It felt like a joke record, but it was like he's saying shit that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like him and Jay Z going at it, take over, Ether, nuts, back and forth. That was probably one of the closest because you could go either way with that. Like some
I
days
feel
you'll
like
see
I will say this. I think that was the most respectable rap beef ever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a
Nobody got
display.
shot behind it. Nobody got shot behind it.
That was
Nobody was,
two
Mhm.
grown men showing
yep,
verbal judo, and they called it a day.
Yeah,
leaving it to music. You know what I'm saying?
As it should.
Strictly on the music tip.
And we're gonna let y'all decide. Y'all tell us which one was better.
Yeah.
They ain't never tried to debate it. You don't hear them niggas talking about it. None of that. We did our tracks. We let it the fuck go. Shit, we're gonna do some songs together. Whatever.
It reminded me of that. I don't know if y'all paying attention lately, but the Joey Badass versus LA shit. Like, them was real bars being spit on both sides. Like, I can appreciate that. You don't hear we gonna pull up, we gonna shoot you, we gonna blah blah blah. No, nigga, we rapping. Let's rap.
yeah.
This is what we doing. We rappers, right? Let's rap.
And that shit, as long as it stay on wax, and stay rap, it's not gonna bleed over into nothing else.
Yeah.
Fact.
So,
What
You don't
about
hear
you,
niggas
Easy?
saying, yeah, go ahead.
all right, so I have a list of who I think is the top 5 diss songs, but I also have a list of 5 of my favorite diss songs. So are you wanting the top 5 or just 5 diss songs that I think is dope?
What's the difference between the two lists, though?
The difference between the two lists is the ones that I think is dope are the ones that I like and actually listen to. My top 5 are the most impactful, like whether it was a pop culture phenomenon or if
Hey,
it
fuck it.
was.
Let's hear both. I'm intrigued.
All right, so top
I'm
5
intrigued too.
in no particular order. Hit them
Which
up.
list is
This is top 5.
this? Okay.
So hit them
Mm.
up. Ether,
Mm.
Bridges Over, No Vaseline, and No More Playing GA.
I should have known that was gonna be on there. I should have known that bullshit was gonna be on there.
I mean,
I couldn't stand that nigga, so it is what it is.
it shook up.
I'm gonna play in GA. What was that? Who was that?
No More Playing GA. Pastor Troy dissing No Limit.
Okay. Yeah. I remember that record. Okay.
It shook the South up.
Okay.
Because what that song did too, everybody think that No Limit and Cash Money got beef, but they really don't.
Mm-hmm.
What No More Playing GA did was made New Orleans get together and support both labels, because they was like, these Georgia niggas is thinking they gonna outshine us. So Troy went after P, and Birdman and his crew was like, nah, we got to put on for New Orleans. So and then 5 that I fuck with. So Done or Done It All by Shawty Low when he dissed T.I.
That was a good record.
That was
really put a Shorty Low jank. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a T.I. fan, but I'm gonna just say it. And all the ATLians can be mad, but Low won that beef. Low won that battle.
I ain't gonna say he won, but he did get that nigga a run for his money.
Low won that shit.
It's a toss up, but he gave that nigga a run for his money.
If you think about it in terms of Kendrick and Drake right now, that song was not like us in Atlanta. Everywhere, nigga.
Low.
If T.I. went into his own club, T.I. would go in his own club and niggas be playing it and they'd be like, hey, yo, Tip just walked in. The DJ would cut that shit off in the middle of the song if somebody was like, Tip just walked in.
Wow.
In his own club.
Low gave T.I. more run than Lil Flip gave T.I. I ain't gonna
lie. Lil Flip ain't give him no run.
I ain't gonna lie.
Flip was a freestyler. He wasn't a battle rapper.
Speaking of Flip, that song is also on the list. I'm Talking to You, T.I.
All right.
He dissed.
That's my shit right there too.
This nigga dissed Flip by not dissing nobody else. That was
Sucker nigga, you can stunt all you want to stunt. That was
that
my
was
shit
some
right there.
clever shit. All the
Ain't no
whole
mistake,
song,
Yeah.
bitch. I'm talking to you.
yeah, all the whole song. This nigga said, "I ain't talking to this person or that person," and he never said, "I'm talking to you." Flip like in the verse. The whole song. I ain't talking to this one. I ain't talking to that one. I ain't talking to this one. And the nigga just, you gotta feel some type of
The
way to
fact
be.
he shout out every nigga in Texas,
Yeah.
like every
Yeah.
nigga around you, I'm gonna shout all these niggas out.
And then
Yeah,
this
bitch,
nigga,
Crazy.
I'm talking to you.
and then this nigga call out some unknown nigga that we don't know as the king of Flip's neighborhood.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
yo,
Yeah. Yeah.
But see, that's what I was talking about. When you witty, when you showing bars,
yeah,
you don't
Mm.
motherfuckers know when you dissing them. But I don't
yeah,
gotta go crazy and give a bunch of
yeah,
tea. But I'm gonna
Yeah.
give you something so crazy that you like this
yeah.
motherfucker.
When he did
But
not
fuck,
mention, he didn't say nothing bad about dude and fucked his whole career up just
Facts.
like
but
that.
folk, because I know you finna go into your list, but an underrated record with Ti was the Stomp record.
Yeah,
Like, I thought that was witty as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Luda and Ti going at it on the same fucking record against each other. Crazy.
but you know
Mhm.
they didn't know that they was gonna be doing that. Well, Tip didn't know.
Yeah.
So Buck set that shit up, and Tip
Yeah.
didn't know. But Luda was crazy about that. Whatever they had going on, Ti said something in his verse that alluded to the situation, and Luda took it as a diss, but it wasn't
Hmm.
really directed at Luda. And Luda just fired his ass up.
Facts.
Yeah.
I was like, "Who?
You
That's
think
a
it would have been different if Ti would have heard Luda verse before it actually came out, or what?
if
Yeah,
Buck would have
definitely would have been different.
if Buck would have said, hey, I'm finna do a song with you and Luda, and y'all, I'm gonna ask both of y'all to diss each other, and they agreed to it. Ti would have fucked Luda up.
I
Mm.
wouldn't say fuck him up because Luda one of the
Not
most wittiest
not
motherfuckers
not
Luda,
that has
that
ever
year,
touched the mic.
Luda. Not not
Yeah,
that time period, Luda.
Luda one of
I
the
don't
most.
know.
listen, I ain't,
Yeah,
if it was a battle, if it was a rap battle, Luda gonna win. But we talking about a diss where
Mm.
it's personal, and I got feelings behind this shit, and I'm not just trying to out rap you. Ti would flame that nigga.
I don't know. I think he gave us a preview of what could be on that record though, because he basically, hey, I was just like, yeah, this record is a problem.
Yeah.
hmm
But
What's
it,
the
it
other
was
three?
definitely a problem.
So,
Go ahead.
so other three, I'm talking to you. Um,
Mm.
the Blueprint too. When Jay
Mm.
dissed Nas again.
hmm The
Mm.
Watcher. That was the
Yeah.
Watcher, right? Yeah.
Nah, it was the HOVA, the
Okay,
Blueprint. That shit right there.
got
That
you.
was when they called him the rap version of TD Jakes.
hmm
That shit
Yeah.
was hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a
Um,
dope record too.
the Nas's "The Bridge Is Over" when he essentially dissed all his childhood friends
hmm
and
Mm.
was like, "I love you, but you fucking up, nigga, and I'm gonna talk this shit
Yeah.
about you, but I still love you." And then one of my
Mm.
favorite diss records that a lot of people don't see it as a diss, even though the whole fucking song he's dissing Bad Boy is not Hold Your Head, Against All Odds. People
Facts.
Mm.
people say that's not a diss record. I'm like, how the fuck you
No, that
listen
definitely
to
was
that
a diss record.
and think it's not a diss record?
That definitely was a diss record. That's one of the
Do
most
y'all
underrated diss records for sure.
Most underrated.
do y'all think the best diss records are the records that like against all odds that don't have to say your fucking name, but we talking about you type shit, or does it have to be in your
So,
face? Like
so for me, it's not
you
necessarily
know
that
this
it
shit.
got to. For me, it is necessarily like I'm cool with you saying the motherfucking name, whatever. All everybody I got on my list, they said motherfuckers' names.
Yeah.
But at the same time, for me, the top five that I got all said so much witty, crazy, standout shit that made you say, "Oh, damn!" Like even if it didn't matter who they was dissing, or if they never said a motherfucker name, if they still said those specific bars, this shit still would have been crazy.
Yeah. For me, is you don't have to say the name as long as it's obvious who you're talking about. So, like, for example, that I'm talking to you, if you don't know about the beef between T.I. and Lil Flip, then you might not know he talking about Flip. But when you know, it's obvious that he's talking about him. But it's also like conspicuous enough that make you be like, who the fuck is he talking about? And then the internet, they do some research and you find out like, oh shit, they got beef. But the other part of it too is like, if you dissing a motherfucker and don't nobody know who you dissing, even the person that you dissing don't know, then what the fuck's the point of dissing?
See. Yeah. Now here's the thing. I got one of the songs in my top 5. They didn't say one person's name, and to this day, most people don't even know it's a diss song.
What's that?
I bet I know exactly which one you're talking about because
what is it?
It's that DMX song.
Nope.
When he dissed Corrupt.
Nope.
It's not that one.
Nope.
Because that shit's been all over the internet. I bet you didn't know this was a diss to Corrupt. Like, nigga, who gives a fuck?
Was that the record about Foxy or over Fox?
Yeah. It was apparently Party Up was a diss to Corrupt.
Yeah. So for me, my top 5, no particular order. MGK, Kill Shot. That joint was, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Rather you say, oh, Eminem won. I don't give a fuck. Me personally, I feel like I ain't talking about careers. I'm talking about song. MGK murdered this nigga on this song. I don't give a fuck what nobody said.
Yeah.
The song is crazy. It's crazy.
Nah. It's a crazy record, but nah.
I didn't say who won or who didn't win. I don't care who. See, here's the thing. People get into the, I'm listening to rap battle to see who won. You're going to say who you like most won, no matter if they got trashed or not.
That was definitely a problem.
I look at which song was better. Which song would I care to listen to? Eminem's response, I'm going to be honest with you. I never listened to it. I'll pull Kill Shot up and listen to it.
I don't know. Listen, I like Kill Shot, and I'm an Eminem fan, but I like Kill Shot. It was witty. It was clever. The video was he put some research and thought into that shit. True enough. So yeah, I can get that. I like Kill Shot. That was a good record.
All right. Another song which you ain't feeling, Smash. Hit 'em Up. I think everybody went crazy on that joint. That's just me.
Yeah, I said everybody had to step their game up on that record because it was like coming after Pac. You gotta actually rap, otherwise we're gonna turn this shit off.
Yeah. Next would be one of my favorite songs from your favorite rapper, and I don't got a lot of songs from this nigga that I really, really like, and that's Back to Back. And that's because the whole joint is just witty, punchline, just crazy. Like, to me, if all his songs sounded like that, I would be a fan of that nigga.
Facts. I think that's everybody waiting on. Like, we just want a real hip hop.
I'm done. I'm over the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Next,
like,
to me, Beanie Siegel, put your hands up. The fact that you dissed this nigga on his own beat. On his own beat.
Hold on. Beans was dissing Jay?
Jada.
Oh, okay.
He dissed Jadakiss on his own.
But he do got a record dissing Jay-Z though. He got a record dissing Jay-Z.
It was mid. It was mid.
But
yeah.
Jay-Z never responded. Jay-Z never responded. I don't think Jay responded.
Nah, Jay definitely responded. He just didn't do whole songs. He gave him bars from time to time.
Yeah, he responded.
He did give him some bars in a few. Yeah, he did.
It was what it was. He gave him a little bar here and there.
See, the thing if he wasn't in his feelings. Hey, yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Jay been dissing motherfuckers since his first album, but the thing is, like, all right, motherfuckers, I can't remember who he was dissing, but Imaginary Players is a diss track, and a lot of people don't even know that.
It was Jazz-O,
and that's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah,
Imaginary Players was a Jazz-O diss.
It wasn't just Jazz-O though. It wasn't just Jazz-O. He was dissing a bunch of motherfuckers in that joint.
I don't know who else he was
but
dissing.
To me, That's my favorite. That's my favorite Jay-Z song ever.
What I was earlier about subliminals, because Jay-Z was the king of that shit. Like,
Yeah.
he wouldn't even respond in a full record. He'll hit you with a line or two and have you thinking
One
like,
bar. I'm not. No. I'm gonna
damn,
give you one bar, nigga. One. That's it.
Half
That's
a
all
bar.
you get.
Half a bar. Fuck
yeah.
y'all.
Exactly. And number five for me, motherfuckers don't even know that this is a whole diss. Is No Limit down for my niggas.
Oh yeah. That was
Yeah,
the
Most
we knew that
motherfuckers
was a
don't know.
diss.
They was literally dissing Death Row the whole song, and most people to this day still
Yeah.
just think it's a party song.
well.
Yeah.
Snoop was dissing Death Row, and
No.
Well, they
They
all was, but
they asked Snoop to get
Murder-
on the song because of the shit that happened with them niggas chasing Snoop through the motherfucking awards backstage and all that, and No Limit stepped up. That's how they end up signing the nigga. They C Murder was like, fuck that, I'm gonna do a song about these niggas. So Mystical was like, all right, well, that's what we doing.
You know, C Murder was getting back at Pastor Troy too.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Because P wouldn't respond. P was trying to do some peaceful shit because Pac and Biggie had just got killed. And C Murder was like, nah, fuck that nigga. Matter of fact, there's some stories out there Pastor Troy told recently about being in Tennessee and C Murder pulling up with a crew in Memphis and chased Pastor Troy and them out the club. But they didn't know what Pastor Troy looked like, so they jumped the wrong dude. Troy ran.
Wow. Wow. Let his man get trashed.
Yep.
So all of us just named the top 5 songs that we feel like stood out, right? The reason we having this debate tonight, last night, Hectic sends me this post. And this post was the top 50 greatest diss songs ever, right?
I seen
Now
that shit.
I'm gonna keep it funky. A lot of the songs on this list I ain't never fucking heard of before.
Yeah.
Some of the songs on this list I'm actually surprised is on the list. The
so
number
that means you
one
gotta go
song,
back and listen to them, right?
yes, the number one song to me is like, all right, just because something relevant don't make it the greatest.
Oh, they got Not Like Us number one.
You already know.
Not Like Us is number one.
It being relevant does not make it the greatest diss song ever. It makes it it might be the greatest tea session of this generation, but that's about it. So here is the list. Complex's top 50 diss records of all time.
Hold
now,
on.
me personally, go ahead.
49 shouldn't even be on the list. I'm gonna tell you why. So them niggas is friends with Mystical, right? When Mystical got out the army, he was trying to boost his music career. So he went to them niggas and said, hey, I'm gonna diss y'all, and y'all diss me back, and we gonna get some buzz, and that's how we gonna come up.
Them it's still a diss record though.
But it ain't real. None of the shit that they
like. It's a fire ass diss record too, though. Especially in New Orleans, in the South, that was a record.
But man,
we talking about UNLV, my nigga.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, it was a hit.
Most motherfuckers don't know who the fuck UNLV is, nigga.
But they play that song, they gonna know.
Uptown.
And you still ain't gonna know. You know the song, not them.
True enough. But didn't some of them niggas die or some shit? That's why they never blew. Like, I think some of them niggas died or shit, all of them. Something happened, but they never got off the ground. But that record was hot though.
Yeah.
So let me ask y'all a question, right? From 50 to 49, what we thinking? From 50 to 49, what we thinking? First of all, 42 shouldn't be this low on this list. You already see I got 43 in my top 5.
Yeah. I was gonna have 47 on my list of my top 5 because that was a fucking battle. And quick.
So I definitely think Eminem Kill Shot should be lower, higher than what it is for sure.
I can agree with that, especially with some of this other shit that's on there.
Yeah. Cause nigga, who the fuck?
The Put Your Hands Up should definitely be higher.
Who the fuck is Chef G?
Again, a lot of these joints, I don't even know who the fuck these niggas is. I personally,
Jadakiss
so
Checkmate should be higher.
soon as I looked at this list, right? I looked at 30, and then I looked at number 3, and I'm like, how is Takeover better than Super Ugly?
Yeah.
Like how?
Yeah.
Super Ugly was a record, but I still would take Takeover
Super
though.
Ugly was bar. I'm going crazy.
Facts. Yep. But I would still
Had a
take
way
Takeover
bigger.
as a better
Only reason
record.
Takeover had an impact because people knew for a fact he was going at Nas. That's it. That's it.
Checkmate should be higher.
Checkmate.
That Remy Ma Sheetha record should be higher.
Eh,
Because
eh,
I say the reason I say that is because
eh.
no female rapper had Nicki
I
on the
mean,
ropes like that though.
all right.
Like
So
But she didn't have Nicki on the ropes either. Yeah, Pat did.
technically,
true enough.
but at
But
the same time, let's be real. During that time, what other female rappers was out? Nicki got lucky as fuck, and y'all can talk all the shit y'all want. I don't give a fuck. Come for me, eat a dick. I don't give a shit. Nicki got lucky as fuck. She came out at a time where there was no female MCs to compare her to or for her to compete with. So she didn't have to absolutely do nothing but just show up.
Yeah. If Rhapsody would have been on some pop shit, but we all know that Rhapsody ain't about that bullshit. So Nicki ain't have no competition. Trina had just phased out. So that would have been, and she pretty
Eve
much
had got married and said fuck
You
rap.
see what I'm saying?
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? There was no other female MCs out at that
Foxy
time.
went deaf.
Foxy was there. Kim was
All she had to do was show up.
Yeah.
That's like you show up to a basketball game and the whole team is hurt, so they're gonna forfeit. You win the game.
No, that's like showing up to a
But the
swim.
Sheetha record wasn't bad though. Like
I'm not saying that the Sheetha record wasn't bad. I think it actually was dope. But is that one of the top 50 greatest?
No, I'm not putting it past 40.
It's not 36. It's probably 49.
So also I'm looking at this list, right? And what the fuck is that? Number 22, right? Now, mind you, I like this song. Would I put it this high on the list? No. Do I think it should be on the list? Yeah. Maybe in the 40s.
About 47.
You know what I mean? But honestly, I'm surprised this nigga even on the list because most people, when I bring up this song, be like, what the fuck is that? Who the fuck is Tim Dog?
The one that's standing out to me right now, 29. Don't nobody even know that's fucking diss. Who the fuck they diss?
Exactly.
Oh,
29 with Rick Ross, Drake, and French Montana.
I still don't believe it's
okay. So Rick Ross. Okay,
it.
so Drake for sure was dissing Common. Okay?
Dissing who?
Common.
Nigga, that ain't no real beef.
No,
he was for sure dissing Common, which is why Common came out with the remix with his own version. So
was that when Common was fucking with Serena?
Yeah. But because Drake was on the record, I guess they count that as a diss because Rick Ross and French wasn't dissing anybody that I know of. But for sure, Drake was at Common that whole verse.
So y'all know for a fact how I feel about Lauryn Hill. She's not a rapper.
That's not a song either.
Who is she dissing on Lost Ones? Just tell me.
Wyclef.
And what makes that such a great diss record?
How is she dissing Wyclef?
Well, you ain't know? You ain't see Wyclef interview a couple months back?
Nah.
He definitely admitted that the song was about him.
He did say it. But what about that song made it a diss record?
I'm just confused as to what he did to make Lauryn.
What is it that made that song a top 50 all-time?
You know, they had an affair at one point. Allegedly.
Oh,
let me say that.
So it wasn't really a diss, it was a breakup song. Wyclef was clapping them cheeks and she broke up with him or broke it off or whatever.
Yeah.
And he just lost one. So every song Taylor Swift ever made is a diss record then.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? A lot of that shit, see, I could deal with shit like that. Like, it's not really tea. Like, if you got some shit that you did to me that was fucked up, that bothered me, some of the best records come from
Yeah,
heartbreak and bullshit and things that didn't end the right way. If that's the case, Mary J. Blige made a whole fucking career off that shit.
Facts.
yeah,
So let
Her
me ask y'all
whole,
this, right?
all her albums is diss songs.
Something I'm just thinking about, right? So if like let's say we look at a list right like this, right? And we could see certain songs where both of the diss records against each other is on the list, right?
yeah.
Is would you look at this list and say they had to win if their diss record is higher than the other one?
No, because this opinion, just like whoever won is opinion, right?
So
Unless my song make you quit rap, I didn't win.
I don't think
facts.
motherfuckers be quitting rap. I think it's just certain motherfuckers, labels and art and listeners and all that stop fucking with a certain person, which I
I
think
I
is
don't
know,
think
weird.
you
I
ever
know, but that's
quit,
what I'm
B.
saying. Like that shit happens. If your career fizzles off and you still trying, is one thing. But if I
So
I
make you
mean,
quit, if you're
I
like,
about to
fuck
say because
this, I'm
one
not
of the
right.
reasons I say that is second round knockout, I think was better than LL's disses. But at the same time, a lot of people say LL made Cannabis stop rapping. But at the same time, Cannabis was under Wyclef, who never promoted him correctly or
Yeah.
produced him correctly. So he put out a bunch of bullshit on his fucking album. So niggas was like, all right, I'm just not gonna listen to this nigga shit no more because we tired of hearing the
and
foolishness.
by
You
the
know what I
time he
mean?
got by the time he got off the label, nigga, it was too late. Like
Facts.
we're no longer interested, nigga. Like shit, you
Is
cool,
the
but
story of Adonis really that much better than back to back? Is it
Hell
really
no.
that much? Is it really
no.
that much better than second round knockout
A
or
story of
back down or
story of
bitching you
Adonis. Story of Adonis.
against all odds? Like is the story of Adonis really better than these songs?
Story of a or
That's-
Adidon or whatever the fuck his name is. Pusha T. That shit is in the high 30s, cuz.
That was the most gossiping record I ever heard, bro. Like,
And there's a
and
lot of shit like who he paid to get all that info. Like nigga,
Facts.
this is not intel that you know. This is not I've been knowing you for all this time and being around you and knowing your business and making a diss record about you. This is I gotta actually find out some shit about this motherfucker.
yeah,
Let me pay somebody to give me tea. That's some whole shit.
yeah. But
Like
I
Pac,
mean, but like I said earlier, information is power. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? If I got the ups on you, something that don't nobody else know, TMZ made a living off that shit. Being
yeah.
the first to break shit.
But then
But
Pac,
again, does that make it a legendary diss track because I got enough tea?
nah.
Because I paid niggas to pillow talk for me. Does that make it that great
I
of a
don't think
diss
it's
record?
pillow talking, bro. Like,
Get me the
okay,
fuck out
back
of
That's
to
the
here.
this.
only place
If
they getting
if
that shit
if
from.
if me and roll into it and we beefing, and Easy know all this shit about Raw,
Then
I don't think he's
easy
pillow
pillow
talking.
talking about me to you like a
But why
bitch.
is he pillow talking if y'all niggas don't like each other? And Easy ain't a rapper, but I'm a
Cause
rapper.
Easy's a
Easy ain't
bitch,
no
so he's
rapper.
pillow talking.
I'm a ask y'all to take my name out this situation.
I was wondering how long it's gonna take you to say something.
Cause we know you a rapper, nigga, but in this scenario, you are not a rapper.
In this scenario, so here go the real easy is whatever the fuck y'all got going on between y'all, that's y'all business. And if you came with any dollar amount, like yo, spill the beans for me on Raw, I'm gonna be like, nah, nigga. Like
Mm,
my enemy ain't you not my friend because we share a common enemy, right?
right.
If
Okay.
you know what I'm saying, is you got to put your own work in around here, homie. Like the shit I know about Raw is off of experience. And if you trying to find some shit as a rapper, I'm gonna be looking at you crazy. Like, nigga, go do your
Yeah.
research. Like
Yeah.
when I dissed the
And
white
that's
boy,
why. That's why the shit on the internet is so dangerous. Like the internet never lets you forget. Like
Yeah.
once you do something that goes on the internet, it's stuck there.
Yep.
50 million people done
Right.
already screen. You could try to take that shit down. 50 million people done already screen recorded that shit.
Yep.
Because
So when
everybody
you
want to be
had
the first to report that shit.
yeah, when you had niggas like Mob Deep walking niggas over bridges, butt naked and shit, like that shit will make a nigga look at you differently. Like, damn, you had these niggas stripped you down? Oh, we gonna put that in the record. Gotta
Yeah.
put that in the record.
When I
You know
was
what I'm
moving
saying?
weight
'Cause some
back in
shit
'88,
that happened.
you was the ballerina.
Yeah,
I got the pictures.
yeah.
I seen you.
And he came with the proof. Like, nigga, you in a ballerina outfit. You can't like it's a difference between when you
I mean,
I
you know
get
how
what
much them
Ross
motherfuckers
said,
get paid, my nigga?
huh?
You know how much ballerinas get paid, my nigga?
Yeah, but at that point, we ain't trying us as fans ain't trying to hear that shit about how much ballerinas getting paid. Right now, nigga, you walking around in a tutu, nigga. We ain't
Yeah.
trying to hear none of that shit.
Yeah.
The common sense side of us would be like, well, right now, as fans, as music fans, are you walking around in a ballerina outfit? And he got a picture of the shit.
Nigga, that's like
Oh,
finding out Mystical was a cheerleader in high school. I'm like, Michael Tyler, don't you ever in your life fix your lips to say no bullshit about me because you was a fucking cheerleader in high school, nigga.
You know how many
when
pussy them
Easy
niggas
E
sleep with this shit?
said
They
when
usually
Easy
fucking
E
all the rest
said,
of the cheerleaders, though,
I get it,
yeah,
but you know the connotation with male cheerleaders, right?
that
We
they like to
know,
cheer.
no, we know the realest niggas that try to get the hoes gonna be around the hoes. But what everybody think about male cheerleaders? They gay.
That they like throwing bitches in the air.
when
No.
Easy E said Dre Day only made Easy's payday, a lot of people didn't understand what the fuck he was talking about
Yeah.
until them contracts and shit came out and all that shit. Like that type of shit that hit a nigga below the belt. Like, yeah, nigga, go ahead on and sell that record. Make it as big as you
But
can.
see,
But
but
that's
see
not
You
true.
getting paid
that right
off this
there,
shit.
is a fly diss bar,
Yeah.
not a
Yeah.
you got a baby on the way. You don't want to tell people. We don't give a fuck.
You're a deadbeat dad.
Yeah, like
You
you
beat your
really
bitch.
made a whole song about the fact that this nigga's a deadbeat dad. Like, and you
But
telling me,
okay,
Facts.
who
that's one of
do
the greatest diss records ever
and who do
because
this
you
type
Yeah.
made a
of shit?
record
Yeah.
about this nigga being so basically you made a record telling this nigga he can't celebrate Father's Day.
Yeah. And who
That's
do
it.
this kind of shit? This sound like some shit that women do. When they get mad at you, they gonna tell all your business. That's why your drawers dirty, motherfucker. That's why your mama got cancer
Now,
and you can't pay for her surgery, you broke motherfucker. That's why
now
your
the
other
club,
baby mama don't let you come over there and see your kids without having some money because
yeah.
you ain't shit. That's what them niggas sound like. As an
Now the
old
clever
Pillow
part of that
talking
record
like
is letting the
bitches, like
world
I
know.
said.
The clever part about that record was letting the world know that you got a baby by a porn star. Now,
Who gives a fuck?
that was effective in a sense
but
because it's like,
now look at all
nigga,
these
you know what I'm
niggas.
saying?
Anthony
Because it was
Edwards.
effective when Nas said it too. It was effective when Jay-Z said it too.
But
You
was
got
it
a baby
really?
by the bitch. You can't disown her yet. You know what I'm saying? So the shit was effective in a sense.
But now all these
Certain
niggas
bars, certain
fucking
line,
they all married to porn
definitely.
stars now.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But I'm saying at that times when Jay-Z, like I said, when Jay-Z said it, you got a baby by that bitch. You can't disown her yet. Even after this record, I know you want to disown her. I know you want to be done with her, but you can't.
But that's
So let
different.
me let me
That's
ask y'all this real quick, right? Just thinking about just the top five. Can you replace anything in the top five? Can you rearrange anything in the top five? And if you replacing, what you replacing it with?
all right. So what I would do with the top five, number one, it moves down to 10 and everything else gets bumped up. automatically.
And you leaving the story of Adonis at
No,
6? She go, wait, what?
no. Listen. I ain't done. I'm moving one down. I'm moving one down to 10. Bump everything else. The story of Adidon going towards the bottom 40, and then where's it at? Fucking you got hit him up, take over. I like the bridges over at 5, so I jumped no Vaseline to number 2,
I
and
think people's go ahead.
I go hit him up, no Vaseline, take over, ether, the bridge is over. That'd be the
That'd
top
be
5
I think
that would
people
be
don't
what you say
understand.
top 5 forever. Top 5
I think
ever.
people don't
on this
understand
list.
how big of a record Back Down really was.
No, I agree.
Like as far as dissing, like that was a crazy record. You know, Piggy Bank was a crazy. Like 50 had some really dope diss records,
Facts.
but the Miss Jackson record from Jaden Styles was just nuts. I don't give a fuck. That was just witty as
So,
fuck.
so what about this top 5? Would you change anything?
Definitely not like I'm with Easy. Not like us would be in top 10, but it wouldn't be number one.
Okay.
Hit 'em up, take over. Ether is all in the top 5, like I said earlier. Just looking at this list, what I would move to the top 5. Uh, Shit. The bridge is over will be back to back to me would be top 5 for sure. Back to back. I already said earlier the bitching you was a slept on diss. So
Facts.
definitely that would be in top 10 for sure. That was a slept
Facts.
on diss. People didn't understand that
It's
record. That was
crazy. It's
nuts.
crazy when you think of Common, right? The average motherfucker, if they heard that song right now, they wouldn't even expect that's him. Cause they think all he do is talk uplifting, black power, woman, I love
Yeah.
you. Motherfuckers ain't realize Common was talking that shit, especially in the beginning.
Common and MC.
Yeah.
Facts. Facts.
And here go what I say. It ain't really got much to do with diss tracks, but just in terms of rappers, New York think that they got the crown and all of this shit. But I've heard much better lyricists come out of Philly and Chicago than anybody in New York, aside from Big L.
I don't know. It's some dope
Big L
lyricists
was
coming
one
out of
Big
New
L
York.
was one of them what ifs, man.
Yeah, like
He was
I'm
one of
saying,
them what ifs.
it's some dope lyricists coming out of New York. I'm not saying that, but some of the best lyricists I've ever heard have been from Chicago and Philly.
I
And
think
Yep.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think if the Children of the Corn would have stayed together, Herb McGruff, Big L, Murder Mace, Killer Cam, if all of them would have stayed together and
They would
and
have been
stayed the way that
it
they
was a top
was,
5 group.
the
Mhm.
landscape of hip hop would have been different. First of all, Herb McGruff,
I would have had
that
them as
boy
a
was a
top 5
monster.
group.
I could say
Yeah.
that.
I would
I could say that.
I would have had them because, like I said, Big L was one of those what ifs. If
yeah,
he had never demised early, he was one of them what ifs.
Honestly, I feel like if McGruff never got locked up, he would have been a juggernaut as well.
mm.
Yeah, yeah. That whole crew was nice.
And if Diddy didn't change Mace, motherfuckers don't realize, man. Murder Mace was a whole different breed of fucking rapper.
And Killer Cam was too.
Like them
Yeah,
niggas was different. Like if them niggas, if Mace never signed with Diddy, can you imagine? Can you imagine if the Locks never signed with Diddy?
Man,
Nigga.
but here go the downfall though. Had they signed with Rough Riders exclusively, then we would have had to listen to them niggas over Swiss beats all the time.
Oh my goodness.
yeah. You know what? I could see
You
both
really got a
sides.
disdain for Swiss and everything they
Yeah,
got to
yeah.
do with this
Listen,
Nigga,
he
nigga.
you
ain't the
know
only
every
one,
single one
bro.
of us hate Swiss
He
beats,
ain't the only
man.
one. Them
I
fucking
don't listen.
drums.
I
fucking
don't hate the nigga
drums.
beats as much as y'all do. Do I
Nigga,
think
yes,
he do
you
a lot
do.
of? I don't. I think he do a lot of obscure
Them
shit. I get
fucking
that.
drums, bro. You
The
know it's a
nigga got some.
Swizzy beat.
Listen, he does have some legendary beats. I
He
don't give a
do.
fuck what
He
nobody say.
do.
He got some heat, but he also got some hot garbage.
He does.
does.
I agree. I
And I
agree.
think it was just based on the niggas that he had on that label, because Rough Riders
Listen,
had monsters from A to Z.
listen,
So
that
we put a
party up
lot of
beat.
emphasis on Swizzy. We put a
Whoa,
lot of emphasis on
that party up
Swizzy,
beat
but
was
he
crazy,
Hold
cuz.
on though. That beat wasn't as crazy if DMX didn't get on it. If DMX
true
never got
enough.
on that,
I
bro, if
don't
I would have
know,
heard
son.
that beat by itself without X on it, I'd be like, what the fuck is this?
He had
I don't know
he
about
had a
that
bunch
one,
of
cuz.
monsters on Rough Riders, man. So sometimes we overlook them damn beats just because the niggas he had rapping on it. But a lot of
So
them shits was
wait.
trash.
If that's the case, let's keep it a bean. With all the beats that came out on the Wu albums, wasn't that fucking hot. It just was niggas was
No,
spitting crazy,
Nobody
niggas was
was
spitting work on them joints.
I ain't
nobody
finna
was
sit here and act
listening.
like the Wu had
Yeah,
beats either. They beat
yeah.
selection was
Nobody was listening to
trash too
Wu's
at
beats.
times.
They nigga everything. RZA would just go and put a fucking sample and some drums together and be like rap. He didn't give a
Yeah.
fuck. That nigga would just be like, I just
Y'all
took
niggas
this.
is trying to stress me the
Certain
fuck out at this
labels you
I
point.
could
just
listen to and be like, yeah, these beats fit
yeah.
these niggas.
Y'all
Like
niggas
Manny
trying to stress
Fresh
me the fuck
beats,
out at this point.
Manny
nigga
Manny Fresh beats, like it fit them niggas.
and I ain't gonna lie because niggas be biased as fuck from the South. While 90% of Manny's catalog is fire, it's a lot of bullshit that Manny got people rapping on too.
So let's be real.
He does.
Majority of Manny's catalog is the same sample, pretty
When
much
he
all
left,
the
listen,
fucking
when
beats.
he left Cash Money and started doing shit, because you know he was exclusively Cash Money for like forever.
Yeah.
He
When
was
he
still doing
left,
beats
and
to
he
other motherfuckers during that time too.
no, I remember when he was just straight Cash Money until them
He was
niggas
he was still doing beats. He was still doing beats for a lot of people in the industry, even in
Yeah.
the early adaptation of
Manny
Cash Money. He still was
Manny
doing beats for other people.
Manny got some shit out there.
Yeah,
He
Manny
man, he
got some
got
does,
heat
but
shit.
out there.
once he left Cash Money, he started doing Jeezys and the 2 Chains and all them
And
niggas. Like
he had some heat. Fuck is you
he
talking about?
did, but it was like again when he was doing the Cash Money shit, it was like, yo, this fit these niggas because they aren't the most lyrical.
Yeah.
So we gotta
All right,
hit them. We gotta
all right.
hit,
So listen, let's keep it
huh?
a bean. Let's keep it a bean, right? Let's keep it funky, right? What's the name of that joint? The Ti joint. Fuck.
The greatest.
Nah, the joint he got from Swiss.
Oh, bring them out.
Bring him out, right? So here's what's
Mm.
crazy. That beat, would you say that beat is trash?
No,
Listen. It's
I'm
not
not gonna say
trash.
the
Yes
beat
or
is
no,
trash.
nigga. Yes or
All right.
no, nigga. Is the beat
I
trash
heard
or is
him
the
do
beat?
better
No,
though.
it's not trash, but it's not this ridiculously fire shit
It's
either.
I'm
not.
not
It's not a
saying
top
I'm
10
not
Swizzy
wait,
beat.
wait,
It's
wait,
not a
wait,
top
wait.
10 Swizzy beat.
I'm not saying that it's ridiculously fire. I'm not saying that it's super legendary. What I'm saying is, would you say the beat is tough or would you say it's trash?
I can't say it's tough, but it's not trash.
Okay.
It's tough to me.
It's
Niggas
not
just
a
don't
top
like
10
answering questions.
Swizzy
Whatever,
beat
son.
either though.
So listen, so the reason I asked y'all is this, right? If anybody besides T.I. would have got on that beat, would the beat have been better or worse?
Nobody could have got on that
I
beat.
think Jay Z. I think Jay Z would have killed that shit. I ain't gonna lie
Now,
to you.
here's what's crazy. That beat was originally created, curated for one specific person. That
Cats,
one person heard the beat and was like, nah, that's not for me. Then when he heard T.I. on it, he said, damn, I probably could have done that. The beat
Jay
was
Z.
made for Beans.
for Beans,
Yes.
Beans couldn't have done
No,
that beat.
I think Jay Z would have killed it. He probably about the only one I think in that
Not at
time
that time.
period.
Not at
No,
that, not at that time. Not at
T.I.
Jay
that time.
Z or Wayne.
Grown man,
had a
Wayne.
grown man Jay, possibly. Younger
Jay Z or
version of
Wayne.
Jay, no.
I think
I
look,
wouldn't
Wayne
go
look.
would have
that
spazzed out too.
I'm gonna just say it.
Nah. Carter
son, I'm good.
one,
I'm gonna just say it. Certain
Carter two.
shit,
Wayne would have spazzed out.
no,
We ain't
certain
finna do
shit,
that.
certain shit is made for certain people.
Exactly.
That
That's
beat,
what I mean. And with Swiss, his beats was catered for specific people. His beats
that
wasn't made for everybody to
That
just jump on them
that
up.
don't make the shit not trash just because it was catered
I'm
to a
not
design
saying
for a
it
certain
ain't, nigga.
person.
Listen, music,
Mm.
lyrics, and beats are subjective. What I may feel is a hot beat, you may feel is trash. T.I. heard that beat and was like, oh shit, this is fucking crazy. That's why
T.I.
he
heard
took the beat.
T.I. heard the sample. It gave him an
Yeah.
idea. If that
I
sample
mean,
wasn't in
okay,
that beat, he ain't rapping on that shit.
we could say
Say
the
again?
same thing about
If that
Kanye. Listen,
if that sample
Kanye made
wasn't in
the
that beat, T.I. wouldn't have rapped on that shit.
You about to get real disrespectful. I already see it.
Kanye made the sample game hot. Like,
No, he
I
didn't.
ain't fit.
No, he didn't.
What? Don't do that.
The RZA made the
Don't
sample
do
game
that.
hot. Stop that
Nah,
shit.
Kanye make
First
better
and
beats than the
foremost,
RZA. We ain't finna do that.
The
first
RZA,
We ain't
first and
finna do
foremost,
that.
wait. Time out. Say that one more
Kanye make
time.
better beats than the RZA. We ain't finna do that.
I didn't say who makes better beats. You said Kanye made
The
sampling
sample
hot.
game,
The
the
sample
sample
game was
game
the sample game
changed,
was going. No, it did not. Nigga, the sample
improved.
game changed when RZA started taking shit that motherfuckers couldn't even figure out and turn it into something completely different. This nigga was
Kanye did it better
putting
though.
action. This nigga, I didn't say who did it better. I'm not saying who did it better,
Mm.
who did it worse. What I'm saying is the RZA was taking action sounds from fucking swords and people's mouth and shit like that and making that into
Yeah.
the beat. He was
Yeah.
doing shit different. That's what made people look at sampling different. In the beginning, people would just take a portion of a beat and slow it down or speed it up, and that was it. Whereas though the RZA would
True.
take 35 samples and make one beat out of 35 samples. Motherfuckers wasn't doing that.
but
Got a point.
sampling has always been the essence
Of hip hop.
of hip hop.
Of music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, of hip hop.
Because here's the thing: we took we took back what they took from us by borrowing it, which sounds kind of stupid. Like you came in my house and stole my vacuum. I gotta borrow my shit now. So all the genres of music that we created, when motherfuckers is claiming it's theirs, we started sampling the shit to create our own something that y'all not gonna take this from us because y'all not gonna like it. It's for us. And that's always been the essence of hip hop. But I don't think Kanye or RZA like they did their own shit, and they did it in a way that was unique that made other people think outside the box about how they would do sampling. But sampling is just what it is. It's the essence.
I
Fucking
think
Cool
that's
Herc.
what we should do. We should do something about have like a producer bracket, man. A producer bracket conversation because that's a deep one to go into, but you
Pause.
gotta really like know the producers though.
Big facts,
Like you
nigga.
gotta
Super
really know the
bowl.
producers.
This nigga don't even know what he said.
Exactly.
The deep, yeah. I know what I said, but yeah, but yeah, a producer bracket. Because I think there are so many dope producers, even now in modern times, that don't get a lot of credit. Everybody just saying the same one: Swizzy,
Yeah.
Dre, blah blah blah, Timbaland, all them. Like,
And you know who don't get enough love, which it just drives me the fuck crazy.
JD.
No. Well, that too. He don't get enough love. I think
JD
he
get too
might
much
be,
respect in the hip hop game when it comes to production.
and he might be the
Jermaine
greatest.
Dupri.
Yeah,
Yep.
he might be the GOAT. Like
Fact.
when you learn
I'm gonna be honest with you. I really feel like he is.
when you learn all the shit he has done, you like
Fact.
Yeah,
fuck.
And still doing.
Still doing.
yeah,
Nigga, I'm so excited
yeah.
about this
Jermaine
beat
Dupri.
coming. But Jazzy Faye don't get enough love,
Facts,
and Dallas Austin
Eh,
don't get enough love.
who?
facts.
Dallas Austin,
Who's
like
that?
he's the R&B producer, but he's done some hip hop too. But
Okay.
he's done a lot of shit. Like he did TLC.
Brian Michael Cox don't get a lot of love, and he should.
A
As
lot of
far as
motherfuckers that's not getting the love. Corey Moe. don't get enough love. Now I know
Corey
a
Mo.
lot of
I
people
like Corey Mo beats. Yeah.
like if you outside of Texas, you might not know who Corey Mo is.
Yeah.
He's not a household name, but
Not I
he's
got on the
done.
Corey Mo because of Toby. Once I heard some shit Toby and Bun B and shit had did, I said,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
oh,
honest
this
with you, man. I
motherfucker
feel like
nice.
Jazzy Faye had a run, but to really look at him as one of those dudes,
Nah, but see, here's
mm,
the thing. It was a sound that Jazzy Faye had during that run
I
that was
agree.
different, and people think that that's just you think you could identify Jazzy Faye beat with that because he was
I
doing that
started,
shit. It was a gimmick. It was like that, ladies and gentlemen, and the whistling and the ooh, all
yeah.
the Sierra sound
Cause
and
I
shit.
watched the shit that he did with Tank, the look on the Tank podcast, and he was just breaking down everything that he had did, and I was just like, God damn.
Jazzy Faye got a
Like,
catalog, and you wouldn't even know.
I really started paying attention to him and his Cash Money phase. Like when he
Mhm.
was doing shit with the Cash Money, that's when I really got into the Jazzy phase. But that the Sierra phase and all that shit, like he got some shit. He got
So
some shit on the beat making side, and he could sing a little bit on the shit.
yeah,
So that's what made the shit even doper.
Jazzy Faye did a lot of shit with Outkast and Dungeon Family that people don't even
Ain't
know.
his mama like a singer or some shit too? I forgot who his mama is.
I think she a gospel singer or some shit. Um, like early, he, him and Jermaine Dupri are like the two. They the two figureheads, but Jermaine in Atlanta, Jermaine is looked at like Unk, and Jazzy
Yeah,
Faye is looked at like, oh, that nigga used to be hot when he had Sierra, but people forget
yeah,
about the shit he did way before that. People forget about the shit
yeah,
he doing now because they listening for that sound.
No, don't get me wrong. It's some joints out there that Jazzy did the beat, and it's one of my favorite joints. But I
yeah.
just can't. I never looked at him as like one of them dudes when it
Yeah,
came to
We
producing.
got a dude that got his ass whooped. Young Berg. Young Berg turned into probably he re-identified himself in a way. He makes some hot shit. Like
yeah,
I'm Hitmaker. Y'all might know him as
yeah,
Hitmaker now.
yeah.
But he was the nigga that got his ass whooped a lot and just said, yeah, I'm cool on being a rapper. Let me get behind the
He
boards. And he done
rebranded.
created some
He
shit.
rebranded, stepped
Yeah.
behind the scenes, and did what he had to do.
Yep.
Yep.
Which
Yep.
a lot of these
And,
producers think they want to be rappers because they can put a collective of rhymes together.
mhm.
Nigga, you are a
Yep.
producer. Reason you can do a rap is because you around that shit so much. You understand rhythm and flow. But
And
that
9
ain't
out of 10, somebody wrote the shit for you any fucking way.
But to be a producer, you gotta have your own sound. Like DJ Mustard, when Mustard come on, you know it's a Mustard record. Like you gotta
The
know,
niggas
like this
say
shit
his
finna be
name as
fire.
soon as the shit drop.
muzzle on that beat.
But
Huh?
but even if he didn't say his name, you could tell what is Timberland beat. You could tell this a Timberland beat without even
Tim
really.
don't never say his name in his beats.
Yeah, but same thing with Swizzy. You notice
Yeah.
they
Well,
shit just
You know a Swiss beat because it's the same fucking sound and chord
I knew
that
that's
he
where we was
pushes.
going.
He pushed the same key the whole fucking beat. So you know it. Every beat got that dun, dun, dun,
yeah.
dun, dun. It got that sound in it and a whistle.
This nigga really fucking hates
So
Swiss. This shit is bananas.
I'm just saying, man. I'm
No
just saying.
limit, listen. No limit
Nigga,
has some
beats by the
trash
pound
ass
was
rappers.
bananas, son.
No limit
Yeah,
has some trash ass rappers.
Y'all gotta stop saying that shit. Them niggas was not trash.
They
Them niggas
had
just
some
was
trash ass
them niggas
rappers,
was
bro. We
nah,
not
they
trying to
was
hear
not.
that shit. They had some dope ass producers, but they had some trash ass rappers.
all
They
right.
Cause
had
shit,
Smash,
hell,
smash, smash.
the
because you
DJ.
couldn't
leader was
understand
trash.
what they
The
was not.
leader was
All right, let
trash.
me let me let
Master
me
P
give
was
you a
trash.
fact.
I
Let me
don't know
give you a
what y'all
fact.
talking about.
Let me give you a fact about P, where everybody try to give Hove and Biggie all this credit. Master P would literally just come in and say whatever the fuck was on his mind. Like he
And
ain't
that shit
never
was
played shit.
trash. We ain't
But
finna do that.
for the nigga to be able to make the songs he did by just being like, all right, I like this beat. I'm gonna go in the booth and just freestyle for 38 bars, and then everybody else get on the song after the hook.
Yeah, everybody else get
But,
on the song because that's who we gonna listen to. Because Master P was trash.
but the
C
niggas,
Murder was decent. Silk the
man,
Shocker was trash. I don't give
if
a
you
fuck.
saying C Murder was decent, I'm gonna tell
He
you
was decent.
because
I'm
the
not.
Miller brothers were the worst rappers on the label.
C Murder and Mystical might have been the best rappers on the
Bro,
label, and
Mystical
that ain't
wasn't even the
saying
best.
much.
So hold
Mystical
on.
wasn't
So
even the
wait.
best.
Steve Murder was better than Fiend?
Right.
See, I forgot about
Fiend the
Fiend.
best rapper.
I'm about to
Forgot
say,
about
nigga,
Fiend.
you wilding
Take
at this
that back.
point.
Fiend the best
I
rapper
take
on
that
the
back.
fucking No Limit.
Fiend
Period.
was the best rapper.
Nigga,
But
Kane and
I mean,
Abel.
as far as Master P, Silk the
Mia
Shocker,
X.
all them niggas, Mia X was raw too.
He don't know easy.
I don't know.
He don't know.
Skull
But
Duggar.
a lot of them niggas,
I think the problem
listen, a
is,
lot
I
of them
think the
niggas,
Soldier
a lot of them
Slim.
niggas No Limit was
The
dropping.
problem is you listen to radio
We
shit.
can't really count Soldier Slim because Soldier Slim blew up after No Limit. Like
No, he didn't.
he had his biggest record. He had his biggest record after he left No Limit.
After he
Like,
died. Slim was Slim was at the peak of his career at No
true
Limit.
enough. But he was done with them at the time that shit came out.
Because
So
it was Juvie's record though. But if you was a Soldier Slim, first of all, Soldier Slim didn't need the rest of the world. That nigga was Magnolia Slim was Louisiana's. He was what Boosie is today.
he was
to
nice.
Louisiana. So he
Yeah.
didn't need the rest of the world. It's like
Yeah,
them
he was
niggas
nice.
in Texas you never heard of. Slim was like that in Louisiana. But when that nigga was with No Limit, he was at the peak of his career. And where he didn't
Actually was my shit right there.
where he didn't like push through the threshold pause because he always had one foot in the street and he couldn't separate
But
himself
see, that's the thing
the
though, because
heroin.
No Limit was selling records. So anybody could sell on No Limit, but that don't mean that you was hot.
And he
No
wasn't
Limit
all
was
selling though.
everything
here's
No
what,
Limit
here's
was
what I,
dropping
here's what I hear, boom.
was
Here's what I
selling.
hear. I mean, Smash. Here's what I hear. What I hear is you telling us that you didn't listen to no albums. You listened to the radio
Them niggas
shit
was
and
trash,
assumed you knew
bro.
some shit.
Smash.
Bro,
Did
them
you
niggas
listen
was
to
trash.
albums?
A lot
Did
of
you
them
listen to albums?
No, nigga, because them niggas was trash.
And that's why you
Smash,
saying what you saying.
Listen, you talking about like how often they drop shit and like anybody could sell. They couldn't. So that was certain motherfuckers.
No Limit
especially
was definitely
when you was
in
listening
a time period. Go ahead.
they was dropping a lot of shit. They were dropping very often, but they weren't.
And they
if
was
it
selling.
wasn't, they were selling for certain artists. So, for example, would nobody rushing to buy a Skullduggery CD? But
True enough.
nigga, Mia X, Steve Murder, Silk, Mystical,
We was
Fiend,
buying it. A
Nat,
lot of them niggas was buying the shit for the album covers.
Any true album, and the only one I bought because of the album cover was Mercedes.
Facts.
And that shit was fire. That
And
was
she was
trash.
trash.
She wasn't trash though. Like she was Drake before Drake. She could sing her ass off. She should have
I
just
don't know,
sang.
man. No Limit. I don't know.
But you wasn't rushing to buy everybody shit, but the big
probably because
stars.
I was in the Midwest, so we didn't really pick
Nigga,
up
I was
on
on
the
the
South
East Coast.
like that.
Niggas, dog, I was on the East Coast.
Yeah.
East Coast niggas ain't really listening to shit from down south. And I heard these niggas for the first time on the TRU shit, and I'm like, damn, this shit crazy right here.
Yeah.
That's what made me start listening to them niggas.
And if you had a system, so like for example, Young Bleed, right? Young Bleed was a hood classic.
Dog, he really don't, son. This the same nigga that stole the Ray J album.
I was more into the Cash Money side of things anyway, so I might be a little biased.
You wanted to listen
I
to the
might be a little
shit.
biased, but I
wanted to
still
listen
think
to the dance shit versus the street shit. I get it. I get it.
The whole world.
Cash Money wasn't all just dance though, bro. Like,
but you could dance to all this shit.
I get it though. You could.
But here's what I will say between Cash Money and No Limit, because I think No Limit had a lot of West Coast influence, and I think it was because when Master P was up in Richmond, he dealt with people out of the Bay Area. Yeah. And so he kind of pushed KLC to try to recreate that sound. But Cash Money was actually real New Orleans. Like they took bounce music and turned it into hip hop. And so that was a real like New Orleans
Look,
element.
I gotta get right out, but I like talking shit with you, mother suckers.
Nah, man. We gonna get the fuck out of
Appreciate
here
y'all.
anyway. Talk your shit. Let everybody know who you is, what you got going on, what's popping, all that good shit.
Big Smash. I'll explain all the podcast returns July 4th, man. We're about to make y'all podcasters out here podcast again. Y'all too buddy for me. I need real cutthroat podcast shit going on now. I'm about to take y'all to 2021, 2022 Smash where I ain't give a fuck. So we back
so you
outside
bringing the
again.
list back, huh?
Yeah, but these niggas is the list though. All right, we back outside this summer, July 4th, man. Yeah.
Roger the fuck that.
Cash Money had a lot of her songs. Yes, sir.
Hey, yo,
Talk your shit, Easy.
y'all know what the fuck time it is. It's your big dog, Big Easy. Fuck with me. Yeah, man, just in the booth right now in the studio, putting this next project together and hoping to drop that by the end of summer. So y'all be ready for that. Got a couple shows lined up coming up. Working on some shit with the Izmi crew. Shout out to them. Also, just shit. I was about to say some shit and I forgot what it was. So
Damn.
it was either a lie or wasn't important. That's what my grandma used to say.
Yo, that's crazy. Hey, so I know this was one of those impromptu episodes, man. Y'all wasn't expecting to see us on a Sunday, but I feel like this was a decent conversation. So I don't know, Easy. What you think? You think we could do this on Sunday nights?
I mean, every now and then, you know, we get a people something special. I don't think we should spoil their ass just yet. I don't know if they're ready for it.
Roger the fuck that, man. We gonna figure something out.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know, a couple Sunday nights out the month. We come through, we talk hip hop, man. That's what y'all want. Let us know. That's what we're gonna do. You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, me.
But until then, we out this bitch. Deuces.
Sir.
Boom.